Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Friday night, which means it's alcohol-free night, and the beer we're going for is this one. It is Omnipollo's Konx. And yeah, you're probably thinking the same as me at the front of the can. That actually says Konx. It takes a lot to read it. It's quite mucky on the eyes. You look at it that way, you can't really figure it out. You look at it that way, you can't figure it out. Either way, it says Konx. And it says it on the back as well, look. There it says Konx. A little bit easier to read that one. Anyway, it's a non-alcoholic mini pale ale weighing in at 0.3% ABV. I got this one from the Wise Bartender. And yeah, it's got funky artwork on the can. Let's be honest, it's purple with green Konx. That's it. What do I know about Omnipollo, the brewery? Well, I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, first of all. It could be Pollo. Obviously, they're Swedish. But pollo, I'm used to saying because I speak a bit Spanish. And yeah, is it omnipresent chicken? Who knows? Anyway, I digress. It doesn't tell you much on the can about the beer, unfortunately, but I can tell from my limited language skills that it appears to be brewed in Belgium as opposed to Sweden. Anyway, low calories, which is always nice. And yeah, there we go. That is pretty much it. I can tell you though that Omnipollo are well known for making beers that are a little bit out there. So maybe this one is as well. We shall find out. So let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. So, pouring into my AF Beer Club glass today. The pour is very pale. Very, very pale. Clear. Glass could be cleaner. We'll discuss that later. That's your beer in a glass. Bear with me 1 second. There. So it's a light golden straw colour with a little bit of haze to it and a white head that is pretty tight and compact. That's your beer in a glass. Looks all right. You know, it looks like a typical alcohol-free pale. Let's have a whiff. Smells all right. It smells citrusy, a little bit of peachy, a little bit of pineapple. A little bit something a little bit tart on the back end of the nose. It smells alright. It smells familiar. Can't think where I've smelled it before. Actually, yes, I can. We'll cover that in a minute. It smells a little bit like Beavertown's Laser Crush, which, if memory serves, is also brewed in Belgium. I wonder if it's the same brewery. I'll check that out later. Anyway, it smells really nice. It looks all right. Let's have a taste. Cheers. It's quite nice. It is quite nice. It's got a decent body and mouthfeel to it. It's not heavy, but it feels it, if that makes sense. It's got like a velvety texture in the mouth, which almost makes it feel a lot heavier weight than it is. Good carbonation, cracking flavours. It's fruity. It's very, very fruity. You've got citrus, you've got stone fruit, you've got pineapple. It's everything tropical. It's lovely. It's really low on the hop front though. There's no bitterness. It's all sweet. Malts are right back down there. It's basically fruit juice. Flavours. There's not a lot that you can equate to beer. It's nice. I'll give it that though. Carbonation and the mouthfeel on this is exceptional. It's really different. It doesn't taste like the Laser Crush either. It actually tastes a lot nicer. Yeah, it just doesn't taste like beer though. It's really good. When I say really good, the flavours are exceptional. It's got good flavour. And the finish is sweet, it's short. Yeah, it's nice. It's fruit juice in a glass, basically. Which, if you like them sweet, you will love this one. I prefer them a bit more bitter, as I'm sure you know by now if you follow the channel for long enough, that I like my pale ales and my IPAs as bitter as they come. But yeah, that's it. I'm not going to take away from it. It's a tasty drink. So, the really funky artwork on Omnipollo Konx. What do I think of the beer? Well, before I tell you exactly what I think of the beer, we're going to go. Where we're going to go? Yeah, that's right. We're going to go to the Aid Memoir of Untapped, which says that Omnipollo Konx has 10,800 check-ins, which is a pretty hefty number for an alcohol-free beer, and 3.16 average. That, I think, is pretty decent. My scoreboard, I think, is going to look a little different. So we're going to go for the usual 5 pillars of judgment: the looks, the aroma, the body, the taste, and the finish. And we're going to pour the rest of the beer, just so we can go for the looks again. So it looks okay. You know, it's got a little bit of haze to it. I appreciate a hazy pale ale. It's got a light straw colour to it. It's got a white head. I prefer them a bit darker, if I'm honest. I know it's a pale. Excuse me. But so I've got to give it a little bit of leeway. But you know, it looks all right. It looks typical for the style. A craft pale ale. I'm going to give it the full point for the appearance. The aroma is really nice. It's fruity, it's tropical, it's sweet. It smells like I want to drink it. And that is a great start, you know. Smells lovely. It could be a little bit more beer-like. There could be a little bit more hop. There could be some emphasis on the malts, though. It needs those. But what is there is nice. I'm going to give it the 0.5 because it's just lacking the things that really make it a beer. The body, I cannot fault at all. It's beautiful. It's light, but it feels heavy. The carbonation is such that it feels like you've got a massive wad of velvet rolling over your tongue. And as odd as that sounds, that's exactly what it feels like without the kind of coughing and spluttering that shoving fabric in your mouth would bring. Ultimately, to the point, it's great. I love it. I wouldn't change it. I like it a lot. I give it the full point. Taste. Again, it's much like the aroma. It smells sweet. It tastes sweet. It's tropical. It's delicious, but it's not hoppy enough and it's not got the malts coming through that I really appreciate in a pale ale. It tastes like something that you would happily give to a child. It's fruit juice flavours. They're really nice, but there's not enough beer about it. I'm going to give it the 0.5, same as the aroma, because say what is there is nice. It's just lacking the things that make it a really good beer. And the finish on a pale ale, I like to be hoppy. I like it to be long, and I like it to be balanced with the malts. It's neither hoppy nor long, and there's no real malts to speak of. It tastes just like fruit juice. And there's no inclination, no inkling, no nothing that this is a beer. Which means it's got 0 points, unfortunately, on the finish. And it's really, really disheartening because it's really tasty, but, you know, when you're being objective and being truthful about the scores, you've got to say it as it is. You know, it doesn't have the things I look for in a beer of that style. So, I give Konx 3 out of 5 on the Untapped scoreboard of joy, which is a little bit lower than the average, but hey, you know, it's a tasty beverage for what it is. It's just lacking all the things that make a really good beer great. There we go. That's my summary of Omnipollo Konx. So speaking of which, that's been the beer. I've been Nick. Down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You've got like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of those you wish. And I will see you again soon for another one.